Skip the tea. Grab everything else. Andiamo! Oh, they were on the dole. I didn't work. It's chronic illness. There's a caregiver. Didn't really do much. Wasn't an ideal situation. The landlord wanted to give you 2 weeks' notice. That is shitty. You're between jobs at the time. Your options limited if you aren't working. Okay. So all around, a great situation to have in the rear view mirror. Yeah, I'm delighted that things are. Oh wait, no, we're not out yet. Yeah, I'm delighted things are picking up for you because I know things were rough there for a while for you. But yeah, things are steadier. Nope. Not touching that. Things are looking exactly, and that's what we want to hear. Okay, drop that. It'll move right along. It's actually a rare treat not being chased at this point. The last couple runs we've done, D-Dubs was right on our tail when we were coming into Mystery Lake. And first time, they actually led to us getting a little turned around. Okay, let's see if we can check in on Max, or if he has his usual phalanx of bodyguards. Nope. Well, you're just gonna turn right around and re-aggro on me. You know what? We'll check back in with you, Max. We'll check in with you later. Good grief. Guy has one location named after him, and all of a sudden he's a celebrity. He needs bodyguards. Ugh.
I could eat a horse. Say I'm lying because I love horses.
Well, sorry, I'm fresh out of horses. Kind of interest you in an energy bar. Actually, how are we for food? We got some soda, we got crackers, and we got 3 energy bars. That's actually not that much. Tell you what we could do. Well, we'll take a swing through the fishing huts. Not the cabins, but the huts. We'll see if we can pick up some cheapies there. Maybe we'll grab some cattails on Mystery Lake. Just enough to fill our tummy before we leave. This is a 15-minute walk from your office. Nice. Nice and clean kitchen. Excellent. You put on a bit since swapping to office work. Eating out often at the old place. You couldn't stomach cooking when the kitchen and living room was smelly. Fair. But yeah, that sounds like it's close to where you work, within walking distance. It's cleaner. Only one flatmate who's more tolerable. Man, this just sounds like an upgrade in every single sense. Like, unless there's some twist in the tale and the place was actually, built on an old Maori burial ground, I think you come out a winner in every sense of the word. Okay. Okay. I mean, we got more moose rubbings, so maybe moose question mark. I'm trying to crane my neck, see if I can peek over the hill before Astrid gets there, but it's not. That's not how video games work. Okay. No moose, no moose. More rubbings, no moose. Moving on. Yeah, no camp office, although we can check the little box back here. If there was one, but there isn't, so we won't. Yeah, I do need to get our girl some sleep. We have run her a little hard, what with all the climbing. Well, that's some cattails. Mom helped with the move. Apron looking at the house. Oh, wait, Apron? Oh, upon looking at the house said, looks like you won the lottery. Well, from your description, I would have to agree. Yeah, that was a surprisingly low amount of cattails there, but maybe, yeah, maybe that gets dialed down because it's Voyager, but maybe they mess with the plant spawn settings, or maybe I just have a memory of more cattails being there on Mystery Lake than there actually is. That could also be true. All right, what do you got for me? Peaches? Borderline. Peaches? Also borderline. Definitely take those. Yeah, yellow condition. You think they would keep the cattails the same? Yeah, well, or even just like not the cattails, but like the number of like the vegetation, just in general out in front of the lake, it looked curiously low.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Slow down the loot goblins. Well, I mean, some people are big believers in the gospel of the gospel of the cattail. Okay, few more, but honestly, I think we might be all right. What we got? Joking Draugr, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid there. Okay, I will grab 3 more, and that's it. Pinky promise. And not because D-Dub is on our heels. Okay, well, hang on there a second. Thank you so much for the raid, Joking Drogger. Welcome in. And welcome into everyone coming in with the raid. Let me give a proper welcome. Joking Drogger. How'd your stream go? What did you get up to? You're playing a little bit of the old TLD.
Let's go ahead and wake up Rabbit right over here. Damn, he's Neo. Neo.
Alright. Well, thanks again for the raid, Joking Drogger. And welcome into everyone. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Trooper Barry. I call myself a variety streamer who plays a lot of the Long Dark, which we are doing currently, as you can see.
I'll take it.
Ooh, another good roll. We're currently doing not just the Escape the Darkwalker challenge, but the Dance with the Darkwalker tournament, wherein we're trying to do this challenge as slowly as possible. Now, what this particular run is about is, so, in addition, I'm trying to do this in kind of like an outer setting where we're not going into buildings and looting and taking advantage of all that delicious Voyager setting loot. Instead, we're living that outdoor life, and we're mostly getting away with it. But yeah, please do, Draugr, tell us how your stream went. How is the run going? What sort of shenanigans did you get up to? And if you do need to raid and run, or do any post-stream streamer care, hydrate, medicate, snackinate, please feel free. I raid and fade on the regular.
Plenty of space.
Okay, we are tired, and that is not good for us. So I'm going to stick that there, and we're going to turn around and then go back to the rail line. We're going to go to the campfire. Oh, there we are. Okay, so that lure is not going to last long.
That's right. There.
It is, in fact, right there. Well done, Astrid. Now, well, I was going to say maybe I shouldn't have done that, but because it's just going to skip right through the terrain and come after
That
us.
sound. Moving.
Yep, that was an instant turnaround. But thankfully, the fire is not that far away. I know, my dear, I am working you hard. We should have enough clearance to be able to make the fire without needing to do anything extra. I say should. Okay. Oh, well, here's an idea. Do we paint a lure on camp office so we can keep Darkwalker moving in this direction while we take a right down the tracks? It won't necessarily last that long. There's another cattail. But it'll keep Darkwalker from passing through the terrain and cutting us off before we can get to the campfire. I'm kind of in favor of that because we have do we have spray paint? We got 3.5 cans. I think we can make that work. There. So now it's committed to going that way across the lake, and we're going to be moving perpendicular? Yes, I think. Yeah, it's moving this way. We're moving that way perpendicular. Okay, my math words aren't coming in like 11:20 p.m. We'll get there. Although actually, now that I'm seeing it, I'm more in favor of what we just did because it would not because D-Dubs ignores the terrain, so it would just like walk through all those hills and trees, and we had to go all the way around. So by the time we get here, it would probably be right about there waiting for us. It's flexing that terrain ignoring privilege. Okay, I see fire. I see one doggo. Yeah, I think we go. We'll get a quick rest here, and then I think we'll drop. Yeah, we'll do multiple wards at the dam. It's literally right on the fire. Like standing literally on top of the fire. I did not need to do that, but I did. Wait, why is there another lure active? I didn't do that. I really hope that lure's not on me. Ooh, combat pants. Nice. Hey, Tina. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Glitcher. Well, it depends on where it's making it go. If it's making it go somewhere over there, that's great. If it's making it go somewhere over there, that's bad. I guess we'll find out soon enough. But yeah, let's get our little bit of sleep in. There we go. And also let me give Tina a proper welcome.
Oh my god, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. We just fell through the world back to the cave. That was really, really weird. Oh my days.
But she's fine.
Did you feed Astrid the wrong mushrooms? Right? Weevil, hey Weevil, welcome in. I'm so sorry, Avi. She was climbing down in the cave and then...
There we go. So that whatever that lure was, it went away. Absolutely, Tina. My pleasure. Yeah, and yeah, folks, if you're Tina is also taking part in the tournament. And she's doing very well. And she is doing it the sensible way. Going into buildings, looting, all that good stuff. Not this nonsense we're taking part in. You scream because she fell. Yeah, well, falling through the world to do that. And I take the rifle? No. Rifle is like, what, 4 kilograms just on its own, not including weight. No, we're not. I have a pry bar and a knife for melee if we need, and then I have I got the revolver for scaring off doggos. We've actually, people don't know, you actually do get skills in this challenge, and like, hello? Oh wait, it's not scrolling, but yeah, because we got the Timberwolf pack in the HRV Basin, we actually we leveled up to Revolver 2. And given the sheer amount of loot available in the challenge, you wouldn't think you'd be leveling up any skill at all, and yet here we are. But yeah, the only reason I would take the rifle is if I didn't have the revolver, and I needed something with which to scare off inconveniently placed wolves. Now, a flare gun would also would be useful, but unless you find one out in the world, you're not going to get one until the Timberwolf Mountain Fire, and you're pretty much
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
you're pretty much home free then, regardless. And it's just, oh, there we go. Yeah, it's not. Well, I would say it's not worth your time. It actually is, only because the wildlife refresh has that bear whose cave is near, it's between where the campfire is and Mountaineers. The wildlife refresh has that bear wandering down into Echo Ravine now, and if you're not ready, you could easily, go down that slope and find the bear staring at you, like Thomasina did when she was doing her tournament preparation run. So that is one. That and the fact that there's probably going to be a moose at the entrance to Ash Canyon if you go via Echo Ravine. Those two are good reasons to keep that flare gun with you, even though you get it very, very late in the well, assuming you do Timberwolf right before going to Ash Canyon. Maybe you don't. Oh, nope, Scooter. Scooter. I see you out there. What you doing, Scooter? That's right. You go your way. Don't you fret none. There. Scooter will live to scoot another day. Okay. Now, because well, the dam is an interior location, so the fog timer will not go up while we are inside. So, if we want to max out the timer here, and we do, we're going to need to max it out here because Winding River is also its own zone. You're back for good that she's done, and it is perfect. Nice. Okay, so we got that. Yeah, we are definitely going to be dropping multiple wards here for sleeping and clock milking. Well, enjoy, Pancake. And that'd be very satisfying to have a nice smoked cod making the house probably smell fantastic. Okay, and then we're gonna do. Yeah, we'll do this in chunks. We could do 5, sleep through the entire ward, but I don't think we need to rush. Any other repairs we want to do? We do have cloth. Let's take another crack at these socks. 45 minutes, it should be fine. Or we can fail the repair. Oh, right, no. I was thinking we go do our thing where we drop our perishables in there. But we don't need to do that. Not yet. I think, yeah, we'll wait until we got 5 or so minutes on the clock. And then we'll try again. Yeah, and per our rules, we're going to go through the dam, but we're not going to linger and we're not going to loot. And I'm going to have to fight my instincts all the way because when we're in Darkwalker mode, my first thought upon entering the dam is, where's the stim? And in 3 of the 4 places, it's easy to find. The 4th one, not necessarily hard, just annoying. It's by the frontmost workbench, or it's by the workbench in the room with a safe of nothing, or it's by the Carl Bob as you're in that narrow hallway when you're going toward the fire barrel. Those are fine. Otherwise, the stim spawns in that back office in the 2nd floor, past the medical locker. That is a massive pain, especially if you're speedrunning. Okay, there we go. Take another 4. Is good. Just this is why we collected all those sodas at the park office. And we're going to take another crack at this. Yay! Yeah, that was the last of our sodas. Got plenty of coffee, though. Oh, how are we for paint? Okay, we're done with that. I got 3, 4... How? Oh, I probably finished that one previously, and now okay. So I don't remember switching cans. The game probably just switched it for me. Well, yeah, that's Voyager loot for you there, Pancake. You're gonna have more sodas and flares than you know what to do with. Okay, so this is not an efficient use of paint, but we don't care about that. the stressing over paint in this challenge, it so if you're going into buildings and you're dropping wards for safety or to milk the clock, then yeah. And if you want like absolutely min-max it, you got to get the most out of every can of paint. You got to find where all the spawns are, and I think there are some that are guaranteed, but there's some that are RNG. Like we were again, back to Sophosticat. Like when we went to the bingo hall last time, there was a spray paint can on the table by the big chest. I had that in both the practice run and the run that we submitted. But she went there earlier today and it wasn't there, so that's an RNG can. Like the can at Anglers, that's a guarantee. But some cans are always there, some aren't. So part of it is knowing where they spawn if you're going to min-max. And also part of it is just getting lucky. As we have stated before, I do not have the patience to go into every building and then stand still for 15 minutes or however long it is after we've done looting it. That is not my idea of a good time. And if I'm honest, it's also not particularly enthralling gameplay to watch. And hey, what am I here for if not to entertain the masses? Yeah, absolutely, Tina. And I think, and to in defense of our Fiat Spider, our game master for this tournament, I think it said, I don't think he had that particular cheesy approach in mind when coming up with the challenge. So, but again, the way this community works, if there is a way to exploit mechanics and find ways to inject more cheese into the operations, we're gonna do it. Let's check 8. Yes, okay. PV Timberwolf. Just making absolutely sure we have all the notes, because we've done a good job maxing out the fog timer everywhere except the ravine. So I think we are going to, when we're done with this, we will have an idea how much you could milk. Like, if you were to completely reject the indoor strat, what is the best time you could get? Running away from at a moderate pace. And yes, and yeah, Lily, I did. I think I was there when that discussion came up, and yeah, so if you, the challenge does have lots of lulls, lots of spots like this, where you're vamping, or you're trying to come up with some kind of conversation topic, and and God bless Slid for like, dude does no mic streams, so you're just there, and him just vibing with the game sounds for however long. And the fact that he kept it up for close to 13 hours is remarkable. And yeah, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, Tina. And you maintain such a convivial atmosphere that, you know, people feel people feel free to riff with you, but also riff with each other. No, Mike, when I let you exercise in the lulls, what you're doing in your offline run. Yeah. What did I say? I think during the back half of our submitted run, I said I might do dramatic readings just to spice up the hurry up and wait bits. What could I do? I don't have anything prepared, so I would have to. Yeah, I'd have to. Well, I'd have to recite stuff from memory. Tommy plays games. What kind of games? Like Wordle or what's the other one? Words on Stream. Now, see, I wonder if how you could do that and not be tabbed out of the game. I think there might be some because like if there's no mods allowed, so you have to figure out a way to do that without contravening tournament rules. You're gonna play music and a game prepared. You don't think you'll need that? I mean, you and chat can go on for quite some time, as we all well know. The new cat Sudoku game. Oh, okay. I didn't know there was such a thing. Excuse me. You no idea because she gets it on screen with the game, and your game would minimize always. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure. Again, Tommy is as a serious, upstanding streamer. I'm sure she found a way to make it happen without contravening any tournament rules. No accusations coming from me. Minesweeper, you can do solitaire. Maybe you can go fancy, go tri-peak solitaire. Okay, we got... Yeah, the timer's about to go red. So maybe we should, just out of an abundance of caution... Okay, yeah, it just went red. So let me step in here. We're going to drop our go drinks. Bum, 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 bum. And we'll drop those. And those. And then back outside. And you can't multitask without your minimized. You can look into it. Yeah, and I imagine it's not a big deal by any means. Okay, see, I'm sitting on about 300 more calories. If we lose those, I will at worst be moderately annoyed. So is that ward going to hold out another 3 minutes? And am I going to have to stop to make water? I would love that. I mean, we got plenty of coffee. Nah, it's fine. So we got that. We dropped that. Anything else we want to drop? We got like the rest of that MRE in a single cattail. Three and a half cans. That's fine. Okay, so 1 minute, 95%. So if I'm right, the food spoiling should be happening right about now. And yeah, that ward probably not gonna last. Are we gonna drop another one? You know what? Yes. Just to simplify and to just give us a little peace of mind when we're picking up all of our food on the other side of the door. Nope. Still fine. I'm okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, so it's not 95%. Maybe it is a timer. Oh, we're just learning all sorts of things. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6. Start that up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fog! Go! Don't touch a thing. Don't touch a thing. We're not allowed. Don't touch a thing. Hi, Carl Bob. Carl Bob had the stim today. Yeah, Tina, we've been just having a little bit fun with the countdown. Now, with the proper precautions and not putting our consumables at risk, then yeah, it's a little bit more of a lighthearted thing. Yeah, we're not hanging about. Let's go. Yeah, that was. It did kind of hurt my heart a little bit, not gonna lie. But hey, this is the life we've chosen. And let's be honest, in our the two attempts we've done so far, like we haven't needed a single stim, so it would be weird for me to complain about, passing them up. Now come on. We can do better than that. There we go. Thank you. Okay, boom goes the lure. I haven't been doing the usual routine of, dropping lures at the start of zones. I've been skipping it mostly because, well, partly to conserve paint, but also, is it strictly necessary? I'm not sure. There we go. Now, if you're just playing this challenge the normal way, then yeah. As long as you have some separation from D-dubs, dropping a lure in a place you know you're not going to be again, and you're going to be moving the opposite direction, that's a great strategy. Just bearing in mind that it will...
It's not the wind howling.
You will still lose some distance from the time it takes to take out the spray can, remove the cap, select which glyph you're going to paint, and then actually paint the glyph. And despite that, we are once again under the gun leaving this zone.
What was that?
That was just looting. My apologies, Astrid. I know we're not necessarily used to that, given the rules. There we go. Now, drop that. Yeah, we got 2 cans. We're going to get another can at the PV fire, and the Timberwolf fire, and Angler, so we're fine. Also, we got lots of blue flares. I should be using those.
Nothing good about that sound.
Well, there could have been good... I mean, we were low on water. We needed that. That extra food is good, if a little bit heavy. I mean, it was... Yeah, the down vest was just kind of but... One, worth it, and two, hardly the most stressful thing I've put her through today. See, where are we? Oh, 32, okay.
Give it plenty of space.
Yeah, I don't know if these pauses at the precipice are making things more or less stressful. Something you'll understand? I don't know. I question that.
Clearly not alone out here.
I mean, all the very patient explanations we provide to our survivors, and do they ever understand? Do they ever thank us? No, of course not.
not the wind howling.
For you, it gives you a minute to think as each run into. Oh yeah, yeah, and especially if you're doing a strategy that requires more strategizing,
Better stay alert.
then yeah, it is absolutely useful. Although the trade-off is if you're within the proximity meter, it also means you get the same 4 or 5 voice lines over and over and over again, which can be distracting.
Moving in here?
They are unappreciative. Okay. How are we for cloth? Just kind of so-so. Patching this up wouldn't be the worst.
To give it plenty of space.
Astrid needs you to focus on the job at hand. Please and thank you. And then listen to this. Yeah, and D-dubs grumbling and stomping about.
That sound.
But I mean, at some point, it's just like background noise, really. The last sound file is an option. Nah. I don't want to do Jennifer Hale dirty like that.
Not what I wanted to hear.
There are other options if we are truly annoyed. Okay. Thankfully, the meter does go up quickly because it's just a
What was that?
transition zone. So if that's the case, we probably should be a little proactive in offloading our perishables. Quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn around. Bright eyes. There we go. One time, Astrid was just a little too talkative. And she had to go in the quiet corner. Now, this was during Misery, which was, it was requiring all my bandwidth, all my processing power just to keep her alive. And then when I get, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm tired, just back to back to back. A line had to be drawn somewhere. So she spent the rest of that run in timeout until we got to the final affliction. I let her express herself then. And I've kept her on ever since. Pancake, there's only one game where actually deleted character sound files. Wizardry 8, you deleted a surprise and ambush sounds because you had 6 characters, and that moment, all of them start talking. Yes, 6 people talking over each other would be a lot. And especially if you have to do, some planning when that happens. Yeah, I can understand wanting to pivot there. Let's see. I have 3 pieces of cloth, 1 piece of leather. It's gonna take an hour and a half. Well, if not now, when? Probably gonna take half that ward. But we got 4 minutes of timer. You know what? No, let's save it. See if we get jumped by a wolf, and we actually need to repair the mucklucks, we'll want to have that. It's at 70 odd percent. It's fine. It's acceptable. Single player can take 120 hours, if not more. Ooh, wow. Because Screaming Trophy can get annoying real fast. Yeah. I mean, that was about the length of our Cyberpunk or Elden Ring playthroughs. And if I had to do like 120 hours of crosstalk, yeah, that would definitely be annoying real quick. Oh, is a blue flare enough to get through that mine? Maybe? Well, we got plenty. And we're almost certainly going to get more. Okay, so where are we going in Pleasant Valley? Well, are there places to go? Can't go to Signal Hill, or the Bingo Hall, or Thompson's, or Molly's. Plane crash? There's soda and food there, I suppose. What's the longest game I've played? Like, in terms of, like, longest to complete a run? It's probably either longest single playthrough. Okay. Yeah, it would be either Cyberpunk or Elden Ring. Yeah, because like it was Europa Universalis takes a while, but that's accumulated over multiple runs. Elden Ring and Cyberpunk, it was like one run plus DLC. And I didn't even make it that far into the Elden Ring DLC before I said, nah, I'm good. Okay. Bedroll we have. We just heard the Bun Buns die, so we're almost there. But yeah. Elden Ring and Cyberpunk were like 110 to 120 hours. We did them not like fully completionist, but pretty darn close. Like basically as many side quests as we could find. Getting one ending in the main story, and then going through all of Phantom Liberty, and then part of what was that, Shadow of the Erd Tree for Elden Ring. Also, I don't know if this is a bug or something, but this blue flare, remarkably quiet. And you know what? If it's a bug, I approve. 'Cause I know some people are very much not fans of the flare sounds. So I don't know if silent flares are going to be a thing. Hey, Apple, yeah, I'm on board. Although, my fears about not making it to the exit could be vindicated. Gosh dang it. Okay. Almost made it. Ah, well. Wait, hang on. Where did I lose condition? I remember losing condition.
That's not the wind howling.
I would like to visit the hunter blind that is nearby, but we might have to veer off instead. Yeah. Might not be an option. Alright, fine. Fine, fine. Uh, 411 hours for you. Japanese turn-based RPG grid crafting where you can play an alchemy shopkeeper. Also a hentai visual novel. Both RPG elements and the story, but that sounds complicated. And like sounds like a very full game. Okay, I gotta ask, what's it called? Weird combination, but it works called Kamidori Alchemy Meister. Huh. Can't say I'm familiar with it, but yeah, I mean, it's quite the mashup, but if it works, it works. Okay, we're getting a little low on coffee. We probably make sure we save some for the rope up to Timberwolf. Kamidori, like God. I had to see the kanji, but like God Road. You gotta know Japanese to play, though. They're a fan-made translation, but they don't do it justice. Okay. Well, I know some Japanese, but not enough for a whole ass game. I feel pretty confident in saying so. Oh, moose? Moose? No moose, okay. Oh, yes, moose. God, catching. Okay. All right. I mean, not something we'd ever get away with playing on stream, but good to know. And for the record, we are not anti-spicy games on this channel.
You never know.
Just
End up being useful.
something folks need to enjoy on their own time, because Ted Twitch would severely disapprove. So, oh, God, that's right. I almost forgot. We haven't used the Fog Buster. I might have forgot all over again. You can find gems again. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I do not disagree. There's... What's the thing? Yeah, sometimes you gotta kiss a lot of frogs, but every so often you find you find royalty of your preferred orientation. Like we keep going through the absolute dregs of the next fest listings, and like they're almost always like larded up with AI slop and
Okay.
asset flips and just like low effort stuff. But every so often, among all that, you can find a vampire therapist or a Jane Austen simulator, and suddenly it all feels worth it. It's weird 'cause, like it's the there it feels like there's some tension between like the games industry just absolutely suffering massive layoffs, and creatives getting the people delivering games and then like being shown the door
Will be useful.
the next day, where there's that, but also like record profits in the industry, and then like thousands of games being released a month just on Steam, to say nothing of like Epic and Itch and GOG, etc. and so forth. Took you over 400 hours to get enough content to go to New Game Plus 7. Yeesh. Okay, scanning for wolves. Scanning for wolves. No wolves. Lovely. Free coffee? Yes. No, just take coffee. Take coffee. Thank you. Yes. Maybe. Yes.
I can use this.
Investors got their hands on game. Well, they got their hands on studios, and then if we really wanted to be understanding, no, not good enough. I guess they could say they overhired. But yeah, you crunch, 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 deliver game. Congratulations, thank you for all your hard work. Now get out. It's crazy making. Your game fails, we gotta let you go. Your game succeeds, we gotta let you go. Win awards, sorry, gotta let you go. We must deliver value to our shareholders. Okay, anyway, when did I pick up 5 pieces of coal? Why do I have 5 pieces of coal? I genuinely do not remember doing that. Alright. Hurts my heart, but the balaclava being like character like, yeah, and it does call that out. It does say warm, even if a bit sinister looking. So, I mean, they know. There we go. Yeah, 73%. That the other revolver was 50 something. Nah, it's all right. It's a good piece of gear. You just like, oh yeah, yeah. I think when I went up to Sweden a couple years ago, I made sure to stop in Stockholm and grab a balaclava from a hunting supply store. And yeah, I mean, it does the job. It covers a lot of skin that would be exposed to a lot of very cold temperatures. But yeah, you do. You can't help but look nefarious. Okay, so we make sure we don't wake up on top of the fire. That would be awkward. Lovely, thank you. What we got? 5 and 1. No, we're gonna wait on that. We can try to patch these up. Very nice. All right, for sewing kits, we got a fresh one. Okay. So where to from here? I have 5 coffees left. Lots of crackers, decent water. Okay. And we're at 24%. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go to 3 strikes. It's an absolutely ridiculous thing to do, all things considered. But we got time. Now, what we must remember, and this is another thing that this challenge has taught us. So, the fog buster does not reduce the fog buildup by a flat 50%. So if it's at 80%, it does not reduce it to 30. it reduces it by 50% of the current amount. So if it was at 80%, it would take it to 40%. So the way to get the most value out of that is for the timer to be as high as possible. And because we are still trying for a, a good time, a respectable time, even if we don't necessarily plan to have a run better than what we previously submitted, we should make sure to use that fog buster and get the most value out of it. Now, I do note it is 12:20 in the morning. Yeah, I'm in the same spot I was the last time we did this. If we call it here, that leaves... Well, it leaves a very small section of run to go. Thank you for the hydrate, Pancake. Let me crest this hill, and then we'll see how clear we are to hydrate. The bear probably isn't there, but let's just make sure. Yes? Yes. Okay. That will do. Awkward length, just a little too long. Yeah. I mean, in truth, there is nothing stopping us from stopping. And we could just as easily, pick it up next time. Because, again, it's not a run we need to be competitive. Or even if it was, even if we were doing that, it is August 10th here, and the challenge runs until the end of the month. Are we going the right way? We are. Lovely. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I actually went to 3 strikes using this route. Usually, I'm taking taking a left out of Molly's and then just cutting across the river. Very rarely do I actually stick to the road. Layout opportunities for a perfect run? Could be. Yeah, well, I mean, it is, yeah. It's plenty of opportunities for someone else. I don't... Well, I don't know. I mean, I have the technical ability. What I don't have is the patience. To be perfectly honest. Because I mean, I'll be real with y'all. Even just doing this, like the way we're approaching it now, I do feel, yeah, that's the way up and over. We will go there. I do feel a little self-conscious. Basically, just having us twiddle our thumbs for so long. Even though everyone who's doing this tournament is doing the self-same thing. Because that's the tournament. Let's see. Book, tools. Really? Wow, tools. All right, we're gonna take ourselves a little bit of a shortcut. Right? Yeah, it's a weird place, but again, it was a barn. I suppose still is. So when there were people using it regularly, yeah, there's probably good reason for tools to be there. I guess they were just forgotten. Okay, of course wolves are over here. Why wouldn't they be? Although I think yeah, I see the orchard up yonder. At least I think so. I could be wrong though. I am wrong. Yeah, that's the way to Keeper's Pass, which is not in this challenge. And unlike the far territories, no one's found a way to glitch to Blackrock yet. Is that? No, no. We want to go this way because there should be a log bridge going across to where Three Strikes actually is. Cursed with been for 20 years, but still looks new. See, here's the thing: there's actually another toolbox that's in an attic somewhere that should look new, but is just absolutely worn down to the nub and rusted through. How many times do I have to shoot you? Yeah, piece of crap. Sakes.
Better stay alert.
Is it actually all the way over here? Actually, yeah, probably. Okay, that's on me.
Nothing good about that sound.
I turned off the road when I ought not have. Yeah, there's the waterfall. Well, okay. Either we're going to Three Strikes or we're going up the slope and we're taking the long way around to Skeeter's. Okay, never mind. Here we are. Although this place is usually, you know, frolicking with like deer and rabbits and such, but it is eerily empty. All right. Well, the property are still here. Just do a quick peek. Jerry can. Definitely don't need that.
Best be prepared for anything.
Nope. Okay, fire barrel still here. Rifle, no thank you. Oh, sure. No, don't need another bedroll.
Well, this stuff will come in
Ooh,
handy.
stim, yes. Big fan of that. This is the way. This is the way. Okay. So we're gonna have our friendo come here,
Hey, that can't be good.
and we're gonna go here. Timer is up. Very good. Now, there is a way up, basically up to, like the road that goes by where the bunker is, past the bear cave, and onto that road that leads past the hunter blind, then going to the space capsule. But ooh, yeah, because we can't sleep in the space capsule, we're gonna have to find somewhere else to rest up, or we can just go juice up the rope and then deal with the crash once we're up there. I think I like that. Ooh, excuse me, my goodness. Okay. Confirmation D-dubs is on our 6. Box, what are you doing? Flee! Flee! Flee, I tell you! Now, I very rarely come around this way, so I'm not as confident in where we are. But maybe once we start seeing some familiar landmarks, it'll all come flooding back to me.
To give it plenty of space.
Do we have? Okay,
What was
we do.
that?
Just making sure we had the go drinks on the radial, which we do. Oh, Bun Bun. If only you knew how short your life was. Okay. Now, hang on. Where? No, no, we're actually fine. Yeah. Now, the reason I said that is because remember that when no, actually when the fog hits what 95%, like less than 1 minute to go, all the wildlife in the region dies instantly. Now, where the hecking heck? No, I want to be up here. At least I think so. There we go. If you only eat rabbits, you can start with yeah. They don't have enough fat, none of the calories. What do they call that? Like rabbit fever or some such? Okay, here we go. There is the bear cave. All right, we are locked in. Now all we got to do is not find the bear. Rabbit stew is good. I don't believe I've had rabbit stew. I'll have to take your word for that one. But it does seem, yeah, it is a not very fatty, like very lean cut. Maybe even not all that tender. So yeah, it does seem like the kind of meat that would, excuse me, stifle a sneeze there. It does seem like the kind of meat that would benefit from being in a stew. Where you kick up the flavor and then let time and heat, break down that meat. Hey, that rhymed. Okay, we good? I think we're good. Yeah, that's a rock. Alright, yeah, so we'll go past the hunter blind. We'll go drink up the rope. And then start milking the clock, I suppose. Might as well. Yeah, don't need a thermos, don't need an arrow. I will take the energy bar. Lovely. Not even sure why I took those. Sure don't need them. But anyway. Right. So if we were to stop here, like we'll get the clock maxed out. We'll save, sleep to save. That would leave Timberwolf and Ash. Well, but again, that need not be the stream on its own. Yeah. Okay, I'm talking myself into this. Also, where? Oh, right, the wolf attack. I say, where? I'm mysteriously losing condition. No, it's not that mysterious.
This'll come in handy.
Okay, do we have any other further business down here? No. And we're starting to lose carry capacities. This would be a good time for a little chemical enhancement. Excuse me. There you go, Astrid. Good job. Yeah, so what we could do, we could come back Friday. Honestly, we could start with this. And it takes however long it takes, and we can just, finish off with some more demos. Or I could play, like we had, what is it, Truck Coon is supporting us from another world. We could bust that out. We skipped over that. I think it came out last week. Yeah. We have options. Yeah, lots of options. Maybe too many options. Say, really, I do not want to be going until like 2 or 3 a.m. because I do have to go into the office tomorrow. Despite our lead guy, our section chief being in the UK. Although poor guy is waking up at 5 a.m. to keep working with us because there's no one else. Okay, so get going on this. We'll start by eating the heavy food. Get that out of there. We don't lack for energy bars, that's for sure. Very nice. Oh, our clothing. Okay, yeah, our outer layers took a bit of a hit, but nothing too horrendously so. See if we can do something about that. But did I get instantly healed from that headache? Wow. Very nice, very nice. Well, we can't repair those, so they're going to have to be whatever they are.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Yeah, nailed it. Okay, just to make sure we don't take unnecessary damage. As opposed to all that necessary damage we've been taking. Well, yeah, I did say we were gonna max out the timer, so let's max out the timer. Yeah, you probably sleep through. If we're gonna get maximally, if we're gonna get full rest, we're gonna have to sleep through a couple wards. If we don't coffee, and I only have 5 more. And if we're gonna do the same routine we did in Ash Canyon, we should save a few of those. Because there's that massive climb from Homesteaders up to the top layer. Okay. We'll save that last piece of cloth for emergencies. You know what? For not looting any buildings, clothing-wise, we actually did okay. Yeah, we got the baklava out of fire. Same with the rabbit skin mitts, the mucklucks, and the rabbit skin hat, and the Chris Evans sweater. But we got some decent pulls outside of it as well. So yeah, 24-degree warmth bonus with a decent amount of repairs. Yeah, there's Revolver 2. Despite all that, we're still only halfway to Mending 2. So, yeah, it is possible to pass on interior places and get enough loot, enough good clothing to stay warm. Although it was very touch and go early on. I think even up through Bleak. Yeah, DP, Crumbling, Coastal, Ravine, Bleak. Even into the Muskeg, 5-6 zones in, we were still being cold regularly, and like our health got down to like what, 40 something %. Oh yeah, it's not going to tell us here. But yeah, we were down like 1/3 to 40% health, which it's Voyager episode, but we couldn't sleep long enough to really get a full regen. No. Okay. Yeah. Save the coffee. Yeah, because in Timberwolf, we're going to get the flare gun, I think another stim, and meds. So food is going to be a concern. But I think yeah, and especially if we allow ourselves to loot Mountaineers. And I think we will, because you don't zone in there. Yeah, we'll have enough to get us through the rest of the challenge. Worst comes to worst, we have to stop to pick a cattail or two in Ash Canyon. But at that point, we're not going to have to move back and forth between zones and be annoyed at having to pick all those up again. So, there is that. Right, so we're going to drop one more ward here. Once that's down, we're just going to run into Timberwolf, drop our, not our consumables, our perishables. Then come back in here and sleep. Okay, very good. We down one, we're down one. Okay. Yeah, we still got 2 3/4 cans. Okay, we come forward a bit. Drop, drop, drop. Visual confirmation, and we go. Very nice. Sleep for 4. Make sure the ward's still there when we wake up. Okay. So we got, okay, toxic fog here, 90%. No, see, if we just go to Timberwolf, we're going to have to get to that fire. Or we sleep at Mountaineers. I said we were going to stop. We're going to stop. Because we did get that save. Yeah, so, yeah, it's almost 1 in the morning. I really can't stay up any later. Because it's going to take at least another hour to get through Timberwolf and Ash, maxing out the timers, and I can't do it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to call it there. So we're going to come back Friday. We're going to open by finishing this run. And then we'll do demos, or we'll do Truck Coon, or something. We'll see it out. And I'm thinking that's going to be our last effort in this tournament. I'm having fun. I appreciate Fiat putting in the work, but yeah, it just I've done all I can do. I can't do's no more, or something. Anyway, thank you to everyone for hanging out tonight. Yeah, Tina, Pancake, Nylan, Lily. Appreciate y'all. And also at the end, Bumblebee. And I'll also thank you to Joking Drogger for the raid earlier. But yeah, let's close things out as we. Oh wait. Oh, also let me also thank you, YouTube friends, who will be seeing this before too long. We will see you next time, and bye for now.